Hello my dear students, as I told you in my previous video, now I discuss about how to prepare the chapter Matrices and Determinants. Matrices and Determinants is a chapter which is considered to be the most important chapter for competitive examination. Matrices and Determinants, if you look at the chapter Matrices and Determinants, I divide it broadly into 8 subtopics. Under each subtopic, again you should be perfect with some model problems. The first subtopic, if we consider, so the subtopics, if you look at in the chapter Matrices and Determinants, the first subtopic is types of matrices. The second one is algebra of matrices. The third one is a special type of matrices. Fourth one is adjoint of a matrix. Fifth one is inverse of a matrix. Sixth one determinants. Seventh one system of linear equations. And eighth one is characteristic equation, which is also known as eigenvalues. This is how I divided the entire matrices and determinants chapter as per my convenience. The other lecturer may divide this into 10 or 15, but broadly I consider these are the subtopics under the heading of the chapter Matrices and Determinants. Again, what I suggest is how the student should prepare. He must start from the first subtopic itself. He should not miss even a single subtopic under this heading. First of all, he has to study what are the different types of matrices. What is row matrix, what is column matrix, what is diagonal matrix, what is null matrix, what is unit matrix, all such things he has to study. They are the fundamentals. So you have to get grip over, just by looking at the matrix you need to say what type of matrix it is. So type of matrices is the first subtopic. Under that particular heading you get so many definitions of matrices. The second one, before going to second one, you need to study about the first one. Again, before going to the second subtopic, algebra of matrices, if you look at algebra is nothing but sum of matrices, addition of matrices, subtraction of matrices, multiplication of matrices. These are all called as the algebra of matrices. Before going for this particular subtopic, you need to have grip over order of the matrix, which also will come here in the algebra of matrices. Unless until you are perfect on the order of matrix, you cannot go for algebra of matrices. So it is a part of algebra of matrices itself. So every student must study the concept subtopic wise, every definition, every concept subtopic wise he has to be perfect. Now, after getting grip over the subtopics, next we will switch over to minimum model of problems that you need to do in each subtopic. Minimum model problems. Now I display the list here. How many model problems you need to do in types of matrices? The list I will display you. So after studying this particular concept, the theory of types of matrices, immediately switch over to the problems related to this particular subtopic. Then only you are perfect with that particular subtopic. Otherwise, you are not perfect at all. You have to study the concept and you have to do a minimum number of problems under this particular subtopic, related to this particular subtopic. Then only you are perfect with that. Then switch over to the second subtopic. Study the concept. Take your teacher notes or take the textbook, a standard textbook. Study the concept in it. Then again do what are the minimum models that you need to do, that you need to solve under the heading of algebra of matrices. This is how you need to study. And at the end, I suggest everyone, after completion of all the 8 subtopics, go for miscellaneous problems. Miscellaneous problems means one subtopic linked with the other subtopics. This is what is called as miscellaneous concept. What happens is, this is a self-checking phenomena. A self-checking phenomena. When you do miscellaneous problems, that shows what grip you have over all the 8 subtopics. So miscellaneous is nothing but a self-check of the student. So I will display here now the minimum models that you are supposed to do. Subtopic wise, the list I will display along with the formulas under each subtopic. Minimum formulas. Minimum formulas I will display you. Please be perfect with each and every subtopic and each and every model. After this display, my colleague Mr. Sampath, with more than 20-25 years of experience, he will discuss what type of problems you are getting in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced under the heading of matrices and determinants. What are the concepts stressed in those questions also he will explain you. So be carefully go through his explanation, because with the knowledge of what variety of questions that you are getting in the previous JEE Mains and JEE Advanced questions, you have an idea how to prepare for matrices and determinants. So listen to Sampath Sir explanation also after the display of the minimum model problems here. Thank you very much.
Friends, in this session, we discuss about the important chapter for all type of examinations you come across in nationwide. The very first one is the matrices and determinants. In this chapter, you come across more number of questions. In each chapter, we have to concentrate on subtopics. What are the subtopics where the questions are very close proximity to occur in the exams? Say for example, we start with the first subtopic as types of matrices. In types of matrices, we come across square matrix, diagonal matrix, a scalar matrix. These are the subtopics we come across under types of matrices. In second subtopic, algebra of matrices. In algebra of matrices, the addition of matrices, product of matrices, the trace of a matrix, and a matrix polynomial. Coming to the third one is special type of matrices. The very first one is symmetric matrix and skewed symmetric matrix. Now, next one is orthogonal matrices. Next, unitary matrix, idempotent matrix, involutory matrix. Next comes about adjoint of a matrix. In adjoint of a matrix, this is the one of the important discussion starts in the matrices and determinants. In adjoint of a matrix is defined on the what? That is square matrix specially. So here we come across properties of adjoints, and meanwhile we come across invertible matrix. What is invertible matrix? This is the definition we come across under the inverse of a matrix. The next comes about under the inverse matrix, we have to discuss about the singular and the non-singular. After that only we have to discuss inverse. Later, the sixth one is determinants. In determinants, you come across properties of determinants. Next, the use of determinants in coordinate geometry. The next one is differentiation and integration of determinants. So, and meanwhile, next one is a heart of a matrices and determinants is system of linear equations. I mean, the solution of homogeneous and non-homogeneous linear equations. Right, next, last but one is the characteristic polynomial and its equation. Here we come across mainly eigenvalues and eigenvectors. This eigenvalues and eigenvectors is most important for the further discussion as we go for the BTech. Okay, despite having all these subtopics, few subtopic we have to concentrate. Why? Because winner always does the smart work. In the examination, the selection of the question is vital. Sir, we are having many subtopics, but you are saying that the selection of the questions are vital means ultimately the time factor is most important. In the span of 3 hours, how many questions we have to solve in the span of 1 hour from it may be a mains 25 questions, in advance it may be 18 or 20, it depends upon the paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, it may vary also. So therefore time factor is most important and selection of the question is most important. As I seen earlier question papers, that too in 2020, it may be a first spell, it may be a second spell. We got many questions on the subtopics. The very first one is the trace of a matrix that has been linked to adjoint of a matrix, meanwhile transpose. What is a transpose of a matrix? The interchanging rows into columns or columns into rows. Later, we come across the cofactor matrix, right? What's a cofactor of an element? The cofactor of an element is obtained by multiplying -1 power I plus j to its corresponding minor. After knowing the cofactor of an element, we can write a cofactor matrix. Later, we go for adjoint of a matrix after taking the transpose of a cofactor matrix. Once you know the adjoint of a matrix, then we pave next way toward finding the inverse of a matrix. Yes, linking the trace of a matrix, the transpose of a matrix, adjoint of a matrix, meanwhile inverse of a matrix, they have given in 2020 advanced paper. One of the best questions they are given. So this is one question, and next one is coming to the more number of questions. We got it in mains also. On this concept, we got 8 to 10 questions in both the spells on transpose, that is adjoint of a matrix, inverse of a matrix. Then coming to the second one is the determinant of a square matrix. Here we come across 10 to 12 questions by operations, finding the minimum value and the maximum value from a determinant, and with the row operation or column operations, there we come across 10 to 12 questions in determinants. Next, coming to the very important subtopic and the heart of both the matrices and the determinants is solving system of linear equations. Here you come across in system of linear equations, it may be homogeneous, it may be non-homogeneous, right? Here solving, we come across there are 4 methods. The very first one is Cronus rule. The second one is matrix inversion method. The third one is Cauchy-Jordan method. Fourth one is most important discussion, even you come across in the higher level also, finding the number of solutions or solving the system of linear equations by using a rank method. What is the rank of a matrix? How to find out? The number of non-zero rows in a given matrix is nothing but a rank of a matrix, right? There we come across augmented matrix. Yes, in solving the system of linear equations in both the spells, it may be what in December, or it may be recently conducted September this year. We got it 14 questions approximately. right? In all the sessions, it may be morning spell or evening spell, every student has got a questions on this subtopic. So therefore, the students, you have to concentrate all the subtopics are most important. Why? Because all are multi-linked concept. Because to construct a one question, as I told, it's so the definitions are trace of a matrix, transpose of a matrix, adjoint of a matrix, and inverse of a matrix are all multi-linked. So therefore, despite knowing all these definitions, we must exhibit our talent, the smartness, the wise thing in a spur of the moment, in a span of 1 hour after selection of the questions. So therefore, let us discuss about what are the questions have occurred in the examination in each year. We shall see. Students, as we have discussed, some subtopics are very important from the point of examinations, and some topics where the questions are very close proximity to occur in the exam. So let us discuss about a few subtopics which are multi-linked. What are the questions we got it? Say for example, the very first question is, which is occurred in the 2019 mains exam. Let capital A and B be two invertible matrices of order 3 cross 3. If det of AB into A transpose is equal to 8, next det of A into B inverse is equal to 8, then we have to find out det of B into A inverse into B transpose. We have to find out its value. You can very well observe in this question we come across many concepts. The very first subtopic is the transpose of a matrix. Later, they went to inverse of a matrix. What is the inverse of a matrix? A inverse is equal to adjoint of A by det A. Here we come across about adjoint of A as well as the inverse of a matrix. Meanwhile, the determinant of a matrix. So therefore, the students always keep in track about different subtopics where you can get more number of questions. Next, coming to the second one is, as I said, the system of linear equations. In system of linear equations, mainly we discuss about homogeneous and non-homogeneous. Yes, we got it in all the spells. It may be first spell of a mains exam or second spell of mains exam. You got it many number of questions, as I said, 14 questions approximately. One of the question is, so which is occurred in mains 20, yes, if the system of linear equations of the type 2x plus 2ay plus az is equal to 0, next 2x plus 3by plus bz is equal to 0, next 2x plus 4cy plus cz is equal to 0, where ABC belongs to the real numbers or non-zero. I mean, ABC are real numbers or non-zero and distinct has a non-zero solution. Yes, in system of linear equations you come across zero solutions and non-zero solutions, right? If it is non-homogeneous, you come across unique solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions. So therefore, concentrate every student on this subtopic. Next one is coming to the important one is, as I said, minimum and a maximum value of a determinant. Means this is a multi-layered questions once again. This concept has been constructed from determinants, the what? Maxima, minima in calculus. Let us say one example. Let D belongs to R and A is equal to the square matrix contains the first row minus 2, 4 plus D, sin theta minus 2, second row 1, sin theta plus 2, next D, next third one is 5, 2 sin theta minus D, minus sin theta plus 2D, where theta belongs to the closed interval 0 to 2 pi. If the minimum value of the determinant of A is 8, then the unknown which is present in that square matrix we have to find out. So therefore, boys, expand this determinant. After expanding that determinant, you come across the value of the determinant in terms of D and sin theta. Substitute the value of, it may be sin theta, it may be sin square theta. So substitute for sin square theta, substitute either 0 and 1. If it is sin theta, substitute minus and 1. You come across the minimum and the maximum value of a what? Given S determinant. Okay, under that we are finding the unknown D. Yes, this is the questions which are occurred in 2019 as well as 2020. So therefore, concentrate on the subtopic what we have explained to you.